And for folks that live a little bit farther to the east of the Northwest, we could have, yes, our first major snowstorm of 2025. It's happening this weekend. Sunday into Monday looks to be the tricky time for the plains all the way to the mid-Atlantic. Now, the placement of this low will be key, and the details will be a little fuzzy until we actually have the storm to track. But the folks that kind of go right in between the middle,
that's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. Yeah, because that's where we have ice.
Yeah, and that's always, the commute's always terrible. It does a number can do it to power lines, branches on trees. The pink area you're watching there, we got to see what all develops and how this all sets up. The track is going to be so important for this.
And a big part of this forecast is the fact that we have cold air in place ahead of this storm. Not only huge for folks that love snow, but also it is a precursor to ice because this cold air, it sinks all the way down to the ground. And we're going to be watching this warm front. That's going to be the culprit for the icy roads and any sort of ice accretion that ends up taking place because we have all this Gulf moisture that rides literally up and over the cold air. And then you get the wrong stacking. You never want that type of a setup because that's what creates frozen precip, freezing rain, sleet. Yeah, that warm air rides right over that cold air. And then you end up in this zone that you don't want to be.
No.
The in-between is no fun.
No,
if you're going to be cold, just give us snow because the in-between just leads to dangerous road conditions.
Especially when it comes to freezing rain. Of course, you don't have those freezing temperatures throughout that profile in the atmosphere, so you're not dealing with all snow. And the areas to watch could include some major cities. Of course, placement is still key. Could go a little farther east as well, but you're talking places like St. Louis, over to Paducah, Kentucky, portions of the Smokies, East Tennessee as well.
Virginia needs to look out for this on Monday.
I'm telling you what, you're right.
That's the return to normal life, by the way, for most of us is Monday. And we could have icy roads between Kentucky and Virginia.
Some kids go back to school after their winter break, too, plus you're back at work. So
for those of you that really want snow in the Northeast, looks like Delaware and Jersey and Pennsylvania are the safest bets. But again, the placement of this low is key. We still have to watch it. The largest concern with travel is going to be our ice belt. I would extend this out into Virginia. That takes us really into Monday. But, following that forecast into the future, very key. This is a region that does desperately need moisture. So that's the silver lining here. We're going to be able to get that in, whether that's in the form of rain, snow, or ice. It all does benefit the drought situation.
You can really tell where we've had the lake effect. That's those areas where
that's where we have overperformed is lake effect snow.
The rest of us need more.